Burt Reynolds is Hooper, the greatest stuntman alive.
When Warner Brothers was sent the script for Hooper, it was titled The Stuntman.
Want some breakfast? God, look at that circumcised, will you?
Warner Brothers came over and said, Burt, why don't you and Hal do Hooper?
Hal Needham tried to talk Burt out of it, as every stuntman in Hollywood would be offended with the lead being the most obnoxious, big-mouth, no-talent character ever written.
What would you give for a little of that?
2 nipples for a dime.
God,
Sonny, that was terrific.
no, that's terrific.
So Burt changed the script and based Sonny Hooper on Hal, right down to the wardrobe.
Stuntmen have always been my favorite people in the picture business.
Sonny, will you get me out of here?
You bet your sweet Bippy.
Sonny, will you get serious?
No time for that.
Burt started out as a stuntman, but eventually wanted to be an actor.
I did them for a long time because I didn't think I was that good of an actor. And I thought that if I was going to be paid the money that I was paid, I thought that I should take the chances.
I'll make you an official stunt dog.
I was an avid moviegoer when I was a young man. I loved movies. And it hurt me very deeply when I found out that there was such a thing as stuntmen.
It's about a stuntman who's gotten to an age where he should retire.
Every time I come to town, some young boy has got to try and make a name for himself.
And there's a young stuntman coming along that's pushing him. So he pushes him into doing the greatest stunt in the world.
The film they're making in Hooper is called The Spy Who Laughed at Danger and was clearly spoofing the 1977 James Bond film, The Spy Who Loved Me. Years later, the great Roger Moore would star with Burt in Hal Needham's The Cannonball Run, spoofing his own James Bond character.
You know something, Mama? You're too Jewish.
One guy did a jump out of a helicopter, 230-some feet, which was the world record.
We're doing stunts, okay? I put Burt on the outside of a helicopter, put the helicopter way out there, and he's standing out on the strut, right? I mean, you're talking about a superstar, big, high, expensive actor, and had him come in on the helicopter and fall off and do a high fall, the air pad.
Pride is what'll kill you more than anything else or get you hurt. Your mouth overlaps your brain. You say, oh, I can do that.
Well, when they saw it in dailies, I thought I'd be fired.
When you jump 40 or 50 feet, it looks spectacular. And if you go into the airbag the wrong way, you can break your neck.
Without causing any commotion, I want to go see the doctor.
The way you really can get up there in the big bucks is if you start inventing a stunt.
What's your fee for a gag like that?
A car roll run starts at 1,000 and goes up.
I was the first guy to take a bike into a moving car. He got a lot of money for that.
A high fall is anywhere from, say, $12 a foot and on up.
A fire stunt will start at $1,000.
Car jumps is another story.
It's the world's biggest stunt. It ought to have the world's biggest paycheck.
See how fast we can go.
Any problems, sir, with that spot I should know about?
Just a lot of dead nuts. Okay.
All the noise, all the talk, everything, quiet.
If you go with it and have fun with it, then you're going to be all right. But if you just try to play it safe, it's not going to be any good.
And your adrenaline gets pumping, and you forget about the fact that your legs are shaking and your arms are getting pulled out of the socket, and you forget about all that. Adrenaline is the lifesaver of us all in a way.
When Hal Needham directs a film, the stunts need to be perfect, and he had no problem getting there and doing them himself.
I wanted a point of view as Burt was getting ready to slide underneath the truck. And all the stuntmen going, I said, give me the helmet. So I went out there with my slacks and slippers on and everything, no pads, and I put the camera on and slid underneath the truck.
He's also a guy that when you do the stunt, he probably could do it better.
But what it does is it keeps the stuntmen honest. I mean, every day you look around and go, we better do this right, because if we don't, old Hal will get in the clothes and do it himself, you know. Of course, it gives the studio a heart attack.
You think we're bad? You should see that guy.
Yell in my ear.
James Best, who plays Hooper's closest friend in the picture, was Burt's acting instructor from the early days and was also a very good friend.
No, listen, get your hands off. You're messing up my wardrobe.
He's an older stuntman who's a little bit over the hill, and Burt sort of lets him hang on.
That son of a bitch you can hit.
Best was in 2 James Stewart films and does this hilarious imitation of Stewart for Burt in this scene.
I'll do Jimmy Stewart, and you do Roy Rogers' sidekick.
Roy, sidekick.
James Best went on to play Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane in the popular series The Dukes of Hazzard, loosely based on Smokey and the Bandit.
We'll go together. You look one way, I'll look the other. We'll go together. All right, let's go together.
In her 3rd film with Burt, Sally Field once again plays his girlfriend.
Gee, you never feed me a can of beer like that.
You don't shake it up and down like that.
Oh, that's very true.
But her character has more depth as she struggles to convince Hooper to quit doing dangerous stunts.
I'm quitting after this picture. I'm not doing any more stunts. I'm gonna hang it up.
I love you.
One of the goals of this picture was to show how very difficult the life of a Hollywood stuntman is.
Somebody got this still, obviously during a break. I hope this is during a break in the movie and not a scene, to show you that really you and Terry are really good friends. Is this a...
We've been seeing a lot of each other.
We may be in trouble.
Even an athlete at the very top of his game could appreciate the hard work that goes into these scenes.
That's always the shock to athletes. Terry Bradshaw, I got him part in the picture, and we have a big fight scene. In 2 days, I think he looked like he'd been in the Super Bowl without pads.
Holy shit, a fight!
His athletic ability really saved his life a couple of times.
You ain't ever gonna learn, are you, dummy?
One time he had to jump through a candy glass window and land on top of a bunch of boxes, and he got so excited that he just completely missed everything and landed in the street.
I was singing at the Palomino Club. Super Bowl was the week before. Burt Reynolds went on NBC that night and did a skit about my brains and how dumb I was and so on and so forth. Pittsburgh fans just annihilated him with letters and complaints and so on and so forth. And so I'm out in Los Angeles. He sends his agent to the Palomino Club and has a giant horseshoe deal of carnations and a huge letter from him saying how deeply sorry he was. He didn't want to do the piece. He related to me a lot. He respected me and so on and so forth. Please accept this. And would you come to the shoot tomorrow? I'd like to meet you and give you a hug and tell you I'm sorry in person. I had a show in Albuquerque, New Mexico the following night. I had 1 day off for travel. And so David Gershon, I said, yeah, I'll go. So David picked me up and drove me out on the highway, probably an hour or so out of town. And there Burt was filming Hooper. And so I go out there and he comes out of his trailer and we pull up and he grabs me, kisses me on the cheek. And he tells me how much he loves me and he's sorry. And have you got a few minutes? You have to rush off. I said, well, I got to go catch a flight, to so-and-so. But no, I'm not rushing off. He said, hey, how about doing this movie Hooper? And I said, Burt, I'm not an actor. He said, oh, I don't care. You don't have to. I want to make what I did to you up. I want you in this movie. So he calls Hal Needham, the director, over, and they get on the top of Burt's truck. And they're going through the copy of the movie. Where can we put him in? Where can we put it? Hey, here, right here. Let's make him a SWAT guy.
SWAT team. Are they going to swat flies?
And we're filming at the Palomino Club, believe it or not. It was actually in the parking lot, dressed up to look like the Palomino Club with nothing over top. And my first scene was to go over to the jukebox and I turn it off and I tell him, I go back to the teller, I forgot the lines I was supposed to use. So when I stood over at the table, I pushed him back and I threw some dialogue out like, hey, look, nobody messes, I just ad-libbed because I was embarrassed. I just ad-libbed and they never stopped it. They liked it. And I hit him on the head with a deal and we laughed. And he told me, first time I hit him, he said, no, hit me. I didn't want to hurt. He's Burt. He said, yeah, it's already cracked. They stuck the helmet together. And if you watch it, you'll see the crack just blowing. I said, Burt, I bet if I hit you hard, I might hurt you. You're not going to hurt me. Hit me. I said, you want me to hit you? I said, I'm going to hit you. And in the movie, I went, bam. And that helmet. And there he hits the ground, and I'm in panic form now because, my God, I thought maybe I knocked him out.
Alfie Wise, another actor with long-standing ties to Burt, plays the director's assistant, Tony.
Do me a favor, will you?
Yeah, what is it?
Would you bring me a step ladder about this high?
Yeah, what for?
I want you to climb up on it and kiss my ass. See you later, Toulouse.
Hooper wasn't the only film where Burt made fun of Alfie's height.
I'm taking delivery on my new cigarette boat today.
Oh, Oliver, you shouldn't get a cigarette boat. It'll stunt your growth.
Ta!
It was definitely a long-running tradition.
Yeah, look what we got here, a miniature cop.
Hey, you look different. Where's your glasses?
Contacts.
Too bad it didn't make you look taller.
What are you doing here? This is not Little Theater.
I know people down at City Hall. Bigger people than you. In other words, normal-sized people.
You want to try for something else?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you taller. Oh!
Just to keep my eye on things, just in
Well,
case.
get a ladder.
I knew they had midget wrestling matches. I didn't know they had midget boxing matches.
Any of you guys seen Hooper?
Down here, short legs.
Hey, pal. When you talk to me, stand up.
Sorry, you are standing.
Life is too short. So are you.
In this scene, Hooper shows off his stunt reel with him being thrown from a canoe, taken right from Burt's breakout performance in Deliverance.
Yeah, now that some bitch knows how I felt when he came.
Dad? The language.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Ignore him, he's a degenerate, you know.
Burt is the number one, and Jan is the new kid in town.
Didn't he look good?
Yeah, you look good.
Jan Michael Vincent was perfectly cast as the young, hotshot stuntman Ski, the character who pushes the older legend to perform stunts he should have avoided in his condition.
From the looks of them beer cans, I'd say you two guys were a little drunk.
Looks ain't deceiving, you old fart.
Vincent was the first choice to play Hooper. Not Sonny Hooper, but Matt Hooper in Jaws. Well, that wouldn't have worked as well, but Vincent went on to have a great career, highlighted by the series Airwolf that ran for 3 seasons.
And I'm learning to drink and liking it.
Years of drugs and alcohol abuse stalled his potential.
I just called my mother, and she's gonna come out here and pick us up and take us home, and I'm gonna leave the car here and go home with my mother.
I just want to be someone that people care about watching, and I feel I'm a good actor.
In 1996, he was in a near-fatal car accident and was never the same.
You know, I don't even have idea what you're talking about.
Oh, look what we got here. Howdy, old fart.
I remember being in an accident, but I don't remember anything about it.
He lost his leg after getting a blood disease, adding to his issues. Jan Michael Vincent died in 2019 from a heart attack at the age of 73.
Where's Mr. Movie? Right here. Oh, good morning. Oh, good morning, Roger.
Cold winter morning in New York, I'm curled up in my bed in womb position, having a sex dream invariably. Maybe not actually, but symbolically. Hot dogs chasing donuts through the Lincoln Tunnel. Whatever, it's a sex dream.
Comedian Robert Klein played the director in the film Roger Deal and was loosely based on Peter Bogdanovich, who Burt had worked with twice before.
Hooper, you can wrap for the day. How was the stunt, okay? Yes. That good, huh?
Yeah. Would you go so far as to say perfect?
Well, that's what he's supposed to be, isn't he?
Have these stuntmen break their bones and their nose is bleeding, and he's the type of guy that, take it again, please.
Action!
And a little more emotion, if possible, you know, that sort of thing.
Yes, I can shoot this picture the way I want to. Then I take a walk.
It's a wonderful part. It stands out. I'm the only one in the film with good diction.
This line was specifically paraphrased from remarks by Bogdanovich.
But films are tiny pieces of time.
Now, when I was a wee little shit, my mother took me to see Hooper in the theater, and I had to cover my eyes for this scene. Thankfully, I was able to see it on HBO several years later.
It's an unbelievable picture for stunts.
They were getting ready to destroy 72 acres of brick buildings.
There's a lot of towns that should be blown up. That's what they call urban renewal.
The climactic huge stunt sequence, referred to by the crew as Damnation Alley, included the destruction of a World War II military hospital in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
This not good. It's not safe. Bobby Bass had his act so together. He had his men so rehearsed. I'd get ready to go, and we'd do a setup where normally it would take a director 2 or 3 days to do something that we'd do in one shot.
Now, this gas station is where you'll force one of those cars chasing you to hit those pumps.
I mean, we just blew things all to hell over there.
I call Hal Needham Dr. Danger. If anything is safe, he'll try to make it dangerous.
Please get behind me. Ready? Are you rolling? Go!
After most of the hospital buildings were demolished for the filming, the lot was cleared and the University Mall complex was built on the site.
This is the tag of the movie.
I'm gonna hit it.
Jumping 400 and some feet in a car across the cap, which was a silly stunt to do. They got a lot of money for it. Those guys are not here now. They're in a home.
This here soundtrack is a really fun listen, particularly for the amazing Hooper theme by Bent Meigen. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I always refer to that track as There Ain't Nothing Like the Life of a Hollywood Stuntman. Such a great fun song. It plays during one of the most entertaining sections of the film.
There ain't nothing like the life of a Hollywood stuntman. Going down the highway, rarely on the ground. Never under 80, judging from the sound. Later in the evening, he's tearing up the town. Always seems to end up with the prettiest girl around. You can toss him, blast him, flip him and turn him, shoot him, hang him, bury and burn him. Chances are the Hooper's back for more. He'll look you in the eye and tell you with a smile there ain't nothing like the life. Nothing like the life. There ain't nothing like the life of Hollywood stuntman, 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 stuntman.
At the 2007 Taurus World Stunts Award ceremony, Burt was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award, not for his acting, but for his stunt work in film.
I used to say if I could get a Heisman Trophy, I'd rather have that than an Oscar. I never had a problem, because there wasn't going to be a shot at either one. I'd rather have one of these. These guys that do what they do, I'm a huge fan of theirs. They're my heroes. Never wanted to be John Wayne. Wanted to be Hal Needham.
On a cold, wintry night back in 1982, Hooper aired on network television during a time when Burt was still the box office king. But on this night, we got something a little extra as the runtime clocked in at close to 2.5 hours. Less, of course, the diaper and cigarette commercials ruining the momentum of the film. But this showing gave us a handful of deleted scenes never before seen until now, thanks to a rare, although poor quality, VHS recording from that very night. Like this one here, right after Hooper and Gwen argue about the messy house and then head to the bedroom.
Sonny, what are you doing in there?
Drinking my tea.
Well, hurry up. You're missing some really good gags out here. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Jim called today. Wanted to make sure you were bringing Dancer to the charity stunt show on Saturday.
Oh, I'm sorry, Glee. I forgot. I'm going to the motocross.
What? You can't go on a motocross. You told me you were going to the stunt show on Saturday. I told my kids, all my 5th graders are going to be there. You have to go.
Winnie,
Yes?
I gotta go to the motocross because it's a good chance that I could win a trophy.
Oh. You know what?
What?
Dad's going to be there. He's going to do a gag.
Jacko's gonna be there?
Yeah.
He's gonna do a stunt?
Yeah.
I'd like to see
I
that.
think you should.
No, I can't. I need some time to, to stop thinking about those stupid gags and people and responsibilities. It's a chance I get on that motorcycle and forget all that stuff.
Really, it's true. I understand that totally. You need some time to get away from all that and be by yourself and do what you want to do when you want to do it. I totally understand it, and far be it beyond me to ever resort to blackmail. But if you don't go to the stunt show on Saturday, you can never touch my body again.
No, that's okay. I'm too tired anyway.
Interesting as that moment seems to abruptly cut right after Sally was to, well, the television version. So perhaps there's more to see in the vaults over at Warner Brothers Pictures. Now, parts of this dialogue were heard in the theatrical version outside when the young boy charmed Sonny into performing at the stunt show. That boy was actually played by Sally Field's son, Peter Craig. Next, when the gang gets back to Sonny's house after the brawl at the Palomino Club, there's an extended bit before Hooper's guests pass out from all the drinking and fighting.
Watch this, sir. That's what I call being hot. And but what's he doing there? Well, he gonna kick her. He gives a little yank here. You gotta be crazy. Just watch it. When you Spanish flop on this. Hey, Sonny.
I think I got about $300 and all the water I can swallow.
There you go. He almost bumped at him. Right there. Let go.
That's me in the green suit.
What picture was that? What picture was that?
Spirit of Saint, whatever. I can't remember.
What's that falling out of the shoe? That's money.
Run out of back on free that thing one more time.
The hell you want to see it again for? You ain't even drinking.
I ain't gotta be drunk to enjoy something that good.
Yeah, but it helps.
You've been around long enough to be in some black and white films, huh?
Oh, before that, why, he was 4 years old. He's working them damn jungle pictures. You remember Cheetah, don't you? Cheetah the chimp, what? That was him, man. A little ape suit. They'd zip him up and say, get up that tree.
Well, I don't know how you all do this all the time. I'm going to sleep.
Right after that scene, we find out a whole lot more about Jan Michael Vincent's character Ski as he enters the kitchen and has a private moment with Gwen.
Say, Miss Super, you wouldn't happen to have some coffee, would you?
That's an herb tea. It won't keep you awake. And I'm not Mrs. Hooper.
Tea be fine. What would you like me to call you?
How about Gwen?
All right, Gwen. I'm Ski.
Hey, Ski. Nice to meet you. Honey?
Ma'am?
Honey. You want honey in your tea?
Well, how about some plain old-fashioned sugar?
Oh, we don't have plain old-fashioned sugar in this house. Are you kidding? That stuff will kill you quicker than a 40-foot ball into a hamburger bun. Tell me when to whoa.
Well, that's plenty, thanks. I guess having Sonny and Jocko around, you must know more about stunts than any lady in town.
Well, I know more about stunt than man.
Sure wish my wife did.
Well, heck, why don't you bring her around and we'll exchange old war stories?
She's still back in Florida.
I see.
Well, I'm going to bring her out here, maybe, you know. I get enough money.
And you get enough money?
Yeah.
How long have you been out here, Ski?
Year and a half.
A year and a half? My goodness, I hear you're the new hot shoe around. You sure have come a long way in a year and a half.
No, my wife doesn't think so. She keeps asking if I met Clint Eastwood. Figures I couldn't have gone too far if I hadn't met Clint Eastwood.
That's true. That's very true. When are you going to bring her out? After you meet Clint Eastwood?
Oh, I don't know. Our marriage is on pretty shaky ground anyway.
Oh. Hey, Ski, why don't you bring her out here and bring her on the set to watch you? Has she ever been on a set? Let her watch you. It's fantastically exciting. And let her be at home waiting for you. When you get there, she can rub your back and take care of you. Let her be a part of your life.
Yeah, well, the truth is that I'm just afraid that she might get in the way of my goals. I guess that makes me a pretty selfish person.
Makes you an honest one. Also makes you a lonely one.
Hey, listen, I didn't mean to lay this soap opera on you.
It's all right. I like soap operas.
The introduction of Ski to Roger, the director, was a bit of an editing challenge, as they seemed to want to cut this down a bit. Here's a few parts that were left out of the theatrical version.
Who's doing this gag? Ski. Ski and I. The sober one. And me.
Some of us are waiting. Can you go get changed and let's get it on film, shall we?
Good.
Everybody's ready now. Roll the cameras.
Camera's ready. Dave, Marky Davo, and Baker.
All right, background, action!
Cut it! Cut it!
Okay? Extraordinarily dull, dull, dull. All the guy had to do was back up to escape. What's that?
Well, I could get another car, Roger.
Why not use two cars? Have Sonny in front and I'll come in behind him.
Who are you?
He's a new man. Ski. He's a good man.
Well, anything will be better than what I just saw, so let's try one.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do that.
Try it again.
Need another car.
Okay, $3.99, give me another car. I don't hear engines running here. I don't hear engines running. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, boys, it's your own spring trap. One more time. Roll the cameras. Background. Action.
Cut.
Okay, Roger?
Didn't do a thing for me, Hooper. Missed by a mile. Boring.
I'm not a mind reader, Roger. If you tell me what the hell you want, I'll give it to you.
Look, you're the stunt gaffer. So gaff.
I've got an idea. Take some time, though.
We have plenty of time.
In this scene, Max Burns, the producer, sits in the screening room with Sonny discussing the director's desire to have Ski do the building rappelling stunt.
You want to see me, boss?
Hey, that bike gag is terrific, Sonny.
Thanks.
So we've always been straight with each other, right?
Like cream cheese and bagels.
Roger says he wants that kid to do that rappelling bit, and you won't let him. Why?
You hired me as a stunt coordinator. I'm the one that tells
The
people
studio's
what
on my back. I'm over budget, over schedule. I don't need another headache, Sonny. Help me.
Max, we did 8 pictures together. 8 pictures. Everything that your writers could dream up, I've gone out and made it work somehow. Now you want to let this film school graduate tell you what the hell to do?
Well, that film school's graduate's last picture grossed $100 million. That's more than most countries made last year. You're not going to back me on this, are you, Max? I can't.
Is that it?
Oh, please, Sonny. He's in the driver's seat on this one. It's humiliating, but I don't have any choice. I'll make it up to you on the next picture, I promise you.
Telephone, Mr. Burns.
Yeah? Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I talked to Sonny. He says, Ski can do the bit. Yeah.
This scene reveals that it was Hooper's friend Cully that was the one who lost out to Ski in the building rappelling stunt. We also get this great moment between Sonny and his little buddy, Alfie Wise.
Burns in there?
Yeah.
Oh, Hooper. Roger says we gotta trim some fat off the budget. That pal of yours, Cully, does he do anything besides just hang around?
What are you getting at, short legs?
Somebody's gonna have to go.
How about you? He goes, I go. Got it?
Yeah, I got it. And I'll make sure Roger gets it, too.
Yoo-hoo!
Cocktail time?
It is for me.
Then it is for me.
There you go.
Sorry you didn't get to do that gag last night.
Well, that's not what's bothering me.
I'm on salary anyway.
Well,
What's bothering you?
that new kid Ski. Now, he bothers me.
Why?
Well, he's too ambitious.
He's just green.
Well, you're green if you believe that. You know what he's going to do? He's going to keep shoving you into longer and faster and higher stunts until one day you're going to bail out and you're going to hit so hard you're going to have to unzip your fly to look out.
Here's an extended scene from the hospital with Hooper getting bad news from his doctor, along with a little more Jimmy Stewart from Cully.
All right, but the odds are against you. If you were a horse, I'd shoot you.
See, it wasn't so scientific in the old days. In the old days, they just put you on a motorcycle, give you a slug of whiskey, and headed you for the wall.
Richard, I need another prescription for some perks.
Well, you haven't got an experience to get it. Well, what are you doing tomorrow? Listen, we're going to do it. Done?
Next time you need a painkiller, you're gonna have to go cold.
Work, but I do have Saturday.
You're telling me this is the last time?
We don't work Saturdays.
The last time?
I do imitations. Wait, would you like to hear one?
Yeah.
Guess who this is?
I'm sorry you died, Martha. But so did old Blue.
Can't you imitate somebody I know? You know, like Henry Winkler.
No. You can buy it on the street, but it's a little expensive. Cully. He'll work on his Henry Winkler. Next time he comes in here, I'll write down. Doc wants to talk to me. Let's just go have a drink. Come on. Doc, what about his...
When the director gathers the cast to discuss the big finale of the picture, some of it was left on the cutting room floor. Here's some of what we missed.
I know the art director had this 24 hours only, but he knows there are more trees on the other side of that river. Oh, good, you're here, fellas. A little late, but glad to have you anyway. Now, suppose you're wondering what this is here. What do you think it is?
It's a giant Monopoly board.
Wrong. This is a scale model of a little town up near Lone Pine. And we got a break. They can let us blow up the whole town.
What are we doing, Roger, while you're blowing up the town?
You and Ski are going to be driving through it.
A masterstroke.
Okay. Biggest earthquake ever. You guys are trying to drive to safety. Now, the first thing we do is collapse this building into a giant crevice. Now you're driving through explosions, bodies flying everywhere, fire, and you're just about to reach safety when, bam, building falls on you, crushes you, fade out the end.
It's a comedy. It's not funny.
Just a minute, Roger. That's too downbeat. Besides, what's the point of it anyhow?
I was making a joke. It's a joke. Max, you have no sense of humor. Fellas, come here. All right. Now, you come to this bridge, and you're just about to go over it to safety, and bam, we blow the bridge. So you guys are going to have to rappel down into the gorge. There'll be a lot of fire and smoke and explosions up the other side to safety.
All in one shot.
All in one shot.
Here Burt visits Jocko at the hospital, and we get a few more moments from this memorable scene.
What happened?
Well, it's 35 years of falling off of horses. And the airplanes never got or anything else. I gotta go and do a grody in my own toilet.
You're gonna be all right, Jocko.
May get better when I ain't ever really well. Well, it serves me right. Giving everybody else hell. Like Gwenny's mother. You know, I think I just plain worried that poor woman to death.
No, you didn't, Jocko.
No, I didn't. Why don't you do that to Gwenny here?
In one of the better deleted scenes, Burt and Sally have this rare, emotional moment with Hooper apologizing for lying about doing the big stunt.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing up?
I was wondering about you.
I'm sorry about what happened.
I know.
I didn't mean to hit Cully. I was really dumb. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about the stunt. I guess that's the same as lying to you. We promised we'd never do that to each other. Didn't we? I'll never do it again.
Okay.
I'm gonna quit tomorrow, Gwenny. I'm not gonna do that stunt. I promise. You believe me?
Should I?
Yeah. It's hard, though.
Why?
It's hard for me to quit. I just don't know how.
Now here's the big one, folks. The fight between Hooper and Ski. I was shocked that they chopped this out, but it might have been due to poor execution. For what should have been an exciting brawl, the two never seemed to generate any sort of real excitement in this scene. But it's pretty friggin' awesome to see.
Hello, Ski. I just talked to Max. Oh, yeah? He told me Roger wanted me to do the stunt by myself, but you said I wasn't qualified. Well, that's right. You ain't qualified. I'm sorry, but you ain't. Of course, you got any complaints, you can take them to the Warner Brothers complaint department. Because I don't work here anymore. What the hell right do you got to tell anybody I'm not qualified? About 21 years of experience, and you don't know diddly spit about rocket engines. When it comes time to do that stunt, I'll know more about rockets than you ever knew. Oh, yeah? Well, where are you going to learn it? From the pocket calculator of yours? I'm not done. I'm done talking to you. You just bit off more than you can chew, sonny boy. What's the matter? What's the matter? You hurt? Yeah. But don't you take any trophies for it, because you didn't do it. You couldn't do that stunt even if you wanted to. Why the hell you want to keep me from doing it? Because you ain't ready. The hell I ain't. Come on back. I ain't through fighting yet. Come on back here, you little turkey. I'm not through fighting yet. Come on back and help me out. Come on. Oh, fudge.
Fudge! TV version. You know what he said. When Max comes to Sonny's home to convince him to do the big stunt, he first talks to Gwen. Now, it's clear why they cut this, as it seems to slow the film down, but it does help to add to the tension between Hooper and Gwen.
Come on in, Max. It's open. How are you, Max?
Are you Gwen? What you working on?
I'm grading my kids' papers. Can I get you some coffee?
Oh, no thanks. How's Jocko?
Fine. Surprising everybody. He's walking around.
You're kidding.
And they're going to kick him out of there next week.
It's a real blow. How's Sonny?
He's okay.
Beck all right?
He's okay. His spirits aren't too good, but he's okay.
Oh, where's he at? I'd like to talk to him.
Don't you even care about him, Max?
Of course I do.
He's in the gym.
Hey, Sonny. Hi, Max. How you doing?
Well, you know, I never realized there were so many gags in the end of the picture. It's involved. Wired gags and whole town being blown up, 50 stuntmen doing falls. Why, it's tricky, complicated.
It seems to me. I remember telling you something about that.
Ski's doing the gaffing.
Oh, yeah? How's he doing?
Well, it's a little hairy. Nobody's gotten hurt yet, but...
Finally, here's a fun extended scene between Sonny and Ski after the police officer finds them too drunk to drive. It's crazy that the TV version couldn't use the word fart and had to replace it with fool.
Yo, fool. Well, I think you handle that with a great deal of finesse and savoir-faire. Very good. You know, speaking of old fools, I was wondering, how come you never see any old stuntmen around except for Jocko?
I don't know. I was wondering about them myself. You know, you don't see very many old stuntmen.
Yeah.
I mean, they either die or they move to South Dakota. Some of them get religion. There's nothing worse than the stuntman that gets religion. Because if he wants to save you, you either get saved or he beats the dog dookie out of you.
Yeah. Do you believe in God?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I pray before every stunt.
That's very profound.
Against a $6 million budget, Hooper grossed $78 million, proving once again that Burt was box office gold.
I love stuntmen.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to get notified about new videos and original Burt Reynolds content right here on the Gator McKlusky channel.